everyone, and welcome to our Better Jobs Ontario Facebook Live event today. We are so glad that you could join us. My name is Matt Keach, and along with me is Kelly Bowers. We are with the Municipality of Chatham-Kent's Chatham-Kent Jobs program, and we will be your hosts. Today, we are going to be sharing information about the Better Jobs Ontario program and how it can help provide eligible individuals with skills training so that they can connect to in-demand employment opportunities in Ontario. I would like to remind viewers to please feel free to use the chat functions throughout the presentation. We have a moderator that will share those questions with us, and we'll be saving those questions to the end where we have a dedicated Q&A. Before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to acknowledge the land that we, the presenters, are gathered on today. The land that is known as Chatham-Kent today was established as part of Treaty 2, the McKee Purchase Treaty of 1790. At that time, the land was also inhabited by the Three Fires Confederacy, the Odawa, Potawatomi, and Ojibwe. The Lenape also lived in the area at the time, stewarding the land. The people of the Three Fire Confederacy, also known as the Anishinaabe and Lenape peoples, agreed to the mutual sharing of the land with obligations and responsibilities to the environment. Chatham-Kent continues to be home to diverse First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples. As beneficiaries of the treaty, we recognize all peoples have responsibilities, including collective responsibilities to the land and water. We invite you to consider how we can support Indigenous rights and work towards a more equitable future. So let's do a quick run through about what we're going to be covering today. First, we will provide you with a bit of information about the Chatham-Kent Jobs program, including how the services that we offer could assist you and how to register with us. Following that, we will share with you details about the Better Jobs Ontario program, available financial assistance, and outline how you may qualify for the program, and of course, how to apply. We will also have an opportunity for questions at the end of the presentation, so please remember to add your questions into the chat. Since 1998, the Municipality of Chatham-Kent has delivered employment programming through the Ontario Works program to Ontario Works recipients. In January of 2024, the province launched a new service delivery model in which our scope was expanded to support all job seekers through the delivery of the Employment Ontario program that we launched under the Chatham-Kent Jobs brand. The Chatham-Kent Jobs program is a free 12-month program designed to help job seekers connect to in-demand job opportunities and through supports remain employed. Chatham-Kent Jobs also offers valuable services at no cost to employers, including recruitment and retention support. Whether individuals are just starting out, looking for a new opportunity, or facing challenges with finding work, we're here to support them every step of the way. Some of the services we offer includes job search and employment placement assistance. We also offer financial assistance to help eligible individuals with work-related costs, such as work clothing, transportation, tools, or equipment. And we also help connect individuals to skills training that will assist them in finding new employment opportunities. This Employment Ontario program is funded in part by the Government of Canada and the Government of Ontario. Chatham-Kent Jobs is uniquely positioned to support participants no matter where they reside in the municipality. We utilize space in municipal offices as well as the Wheatley Village Resource Center. We're able to connect with participants in their own hometown and connect them to local employment opportunities. In addition, in partnership with the Chatham-Kent Public Library, job seekers may access public computers at all of our library branches across Chatham-Kent for self-directed job searching without an appointment during library hours. Over the next couple of slides, I would like to focus on our skills development and client training programs, particularly the Better Jobs Ontario program. First, though, I'm going to just outline how you can register with us. Registering is very easy. Send us an email, give us a call, or visit us at chathamkentjobs.com and complete a quick web form. One of our team members will connect with you to complete a registration appointment. So now that you're familiar with our program, I'd like to turn things over to my colleague, Kelly Bowers, who will share some more information with you about our training, including the Better Jobs Ontario program.
Thank you, Matt. I'm going to walk through more information on the Better Jobs Ontario program, including what the program is, some eligibility requirements, and some of the application process. The information we will be talking about is going to be at a high level overview. There's a lot of case-by-case scenarios regarding eligibility and suitability for this program. We're happy to answer those questions that may come up, but more case-specific questions may need a follow-up from a job developer where they can further assess your information. The Better Jobs Ontario program is offered through Employment Ontario and is designed to help workers who have been affected by job loss due to a layoff or who have been unemployed for 6 months or longer and low income. These programs provide eligible applicants with opportunities to re-enter the workforce quickly by supporting with skills training for in-demand jobs and possible financial supports. Financial supports will be allocated based on a variety of factors, which could include the applicant's income, the study program that is selected, the program feasibility, and the supports that are required throughout the training period. You can apply for up to $28,000 to support your costs with things like tuition or books, student fees, electronic devices, transportation, and up to $500 in basic living allowances per week. In addition to this, you could also be eligible for additional supports like childcare or disability-related supports, literacy and basic skills, or language training. There's a range of considerations when determining who is suitable for this program, and it's scored through a matrix. This matrix is done alongside of your job developer that you work with, and then is approved through the ministry. You may qualify for Better Jobs Ontario if you have either been laid off and have not been working, or are working in a temporary, what we call a survival job, just to kind of help cover those financial costs that you may have. You could also qualify for Better Jobs Ontario if you have not been laid off, but you've been unemployed for 6 months or longer and are part of a low-income household. Better Jobs Ontario focuses on programs that are 52 weeks or less to complete, including micro-credential programs. Programs that are running longer than 52 weeks are not eligible for Better Jobs Ontario. In the same sense, if you've already started your schooling, you are not eligible for Better Jobs Ontario. There's also a few components to the Better Jobs Ontario application process, and it's important to be aware of these requirements that you may have to present information in order for the ministry to approve your application. This could include how long you've been unemployed, or how long you've been working at your temporary job, and how long you've spent looking for work. It could include showing companies that you've applied to and the different positions that you've applied for. It could include showing the highest level of education that you've obtained. It could include your previous employment, how long you worked there, and then some of the skills that you were required to have while you were there. It may also include what skills you want to obtain and where you can get them trained in. Just a reminder for when you are applying for the Better Jobs Ontario program, you will be required to provide information to support a financial needs assessment. What this includes is potentially showing all the costs that are covered, all the costs that are going to be covered during the course of the training program, and your gross household income. You will be required to research at least 3 institutes to make sure that they offer the training that you need. Included in this will be 1 College of Applied Arts and Technology and 1 private career college. It can seem pretty overwhelming to apply to a new program, especially one that has a lot of different avenues to go through, but that's okay. We're here as a CKJobs program to help you decide if this program is right for you and help you complete your application. If the program is deemed that it's not right for you, we still have abilities to help you find and secure your next place of employment and to support you along in those transitions as well. We've mentioned before, but we want to make sure that you do have our contact information handy. You can give us a call at 519-351-8573, visit our website, chathamkentjobs.com, or send us an email, ckjobs@chatham-kent.ca. At this point, we're going to just see if there are any questions that are coming through on the chats.
Kelly, I do actually have a couple of questions that we have received. So I'm going to read the first one out to you. This one's about eligibility. So I'm currently working, but want to make a career pivot. Do I still qualify?
So great question. Usually this will depend on what career you want to go into and what your current employment status is at this time. So we would need to look at, are you working in a survival job right now just so that it covers costs for you to pay for rent or hydro or utilities? Something like that is going to have a little bit more in-depth information that we'll need to gather in order to determine if you have suitability and eligibility for the Better Jobs Ontario program. So I'd invite you to definitely connect further with our job developers for that.
Okay, great, thanks. Another question that we've received. Can we apply more than once to the program?
So technically, yes, you can, but there needs to be a really strong rationale as to why you would need to apply more than one time, and that's going to be from a ministry approval perspective. So it won't be a CK Jobs approval; that's an approval from the ministry. An example of this, it could be that you've maybe gone to a private college. To get your training through the first application that you've done, you've been accepted, you've completed this training. But afterwards, your college has closed down, and now your diploma is actually not recognized to any employers. This could be now a hindrance to you finding employment in your new sector. And so we would encourage you to be able to apply again for this. And again, it would be contingent on what the ministry says, if that would be acceptable or not.
Great. I have a question from Abe on Facebook. Is this program for someone who just finished high school and is looking for that next step?
Thanks for the question, Abe, and thanks for joining us. In this particular case, again, we're going to have to look further into this. I don't know that it would technically qualify. They're going to look at, are you bettering your field and bettering your skills and qualifications, but we'll definitely check out that.
And it may also depend on if the individual has been unemployed and how long they've been unemployed for. So I think that's a great question and one that you would probably want to connect with us so that we could further assess the individual's circumstances. I've got another question from Lori on Facebook. My husband makes good money. I'm in receipt of CPP disability. Will I still qualify if his income is higher?
Thank you, Lori, for joining us. This again is going to be dependent on when you do your financial assessment, what's going to come out of that, and how that goes with the expenses and the cost of the schooling. So it's going to be again. It's very hard because Better Jobs is always a case by case situation, but you might not get the basic living allowance costs. You may be eligible for some of your tuition costs. You may not be eligible for your basic living allowance.
And again, I think this is a great example of someone who may want to consider contacting us. We can set up a free appointment to review your personal circumstances a bit further and find out if this is something you might qualify for. And if in the event you don't qualify for this, we might be able to help direct you to other training options that work for you. I've got a question from Stephanie on Facebook. Does the funding cover costs of accommodations like rent if the school is outside of Chatham-Kent?
Yeah, thank you, Stephanie. That will be covered in your costs that you need to present to the ministry in your application. Just say again, like what's your education cost, what's your tuition cost, or your rent costs, food allowance, those kind of things. So that will all be included in your financial assessment.
And I'd like to remind those who are viewing, feel free to book an appointment with a member of our Chatham-Kent Jobs team. You can call us at 519-351-8573 or send us an email at ckjobs@chatham-kent.ca, and we'll get you connected to a job developer who can further review your personal circumstances. Got a couple more questions here, Kelly, to go through. I've got a question in regards to the programs itself. What specific skills or training programs are available?
There's definitely a lot that we can look into. I'm finding the biggest ones that kind of keep coming through over and over are truck driving. PSW certification is another big one, and then heavy equipment operators as well. And there's some training schools locally in Chatham that we can access for those programs, or we can explore them through schools across the Ontario area.
Great. And I think that the key piece of information here as well is, as long as the program takes less than 1 year to complete, it's likely something that's going to qualify. So there really is a broad range of programs.
For sure.
Jessica on Facebook has a question. Jessica would like to know, do you offer help for those who may struggle with the application process?
100% we will. So what's really awesome about working with our CK Jobs program is that you get to work one-on-one for free with a job developer who's going to walk you through that entire application process. And they're going to sit there and say, here's kind of what's involved. Do you actually qualify for this program? Are you suitable and eligible for this program? Then what they're going to do is walk through and say, here's everything that we need to show. Here's a list of things that you'll need to gather and get information on. Here's the documents that are required. And they're going to fill that application out alongside of you and then help you actually submit it to the ministry. So if for some reason that other side, that the application were to be rejected, we will again support you in ensuring that we can try and get you qualified for this program. And again, if at the end of the day that still doesn't work, we're able to then support you with other further career opportunities and exploring all of our employer connections that we have across the Chatham-Kent area.
And again, the great thing about it, it's all free, whether you're eligible or not, whether you decide to go ahead with the program or more focus on finding just a job through our program. It's all going to be free, and we're going to be there alongside you to support you. Kelly, I've got actually a couple more questions about the application process.
All right.
What kind of documents would someone need to submit in order to apply for the Better Jobs Ontario program?
So there could be some financial documents that you would need to get, like your financial statements, T4s. You could have to show ROEs. You could have to show applications that you've done to certain companies, or even just certain specific actual job postings that you've applied for. So there could be a bunch of different information for that. The big things too is that you'll also need to show that you've applied for a school. So that's where again you'll have to show that you've applied for one school that is an applied arts and technology, and one that's a private career college school. So you'll need to show proof that you have applied for those and when it starts and how long that training is as well. And then you'll need to show the cost that you're going to incur during that training time. So what's your rent like? What's your travel cost going to be like?
And I know it may sound like a lot of information to some people. The great thing is that our team members will break it down into easy, manageable steps and help you throughout the entire process. One more application question. How long does the application process take for someone who might be eager to jump into this right away?
I would be lying if I said it took a day. It's going to take a little bit. And the reasoning for that is we want to make sure that when we do submit your application, the chances of it being rejected are very, very minimal. And so we're going to have our job developers take the time to go with you. Could it take a couple weeks for sure? But we're going to want to make sure that we get your application in before you go to school so that you can get money for the schooling. But we're going to make sure that we take that time to make sure all the documents that are required are actually submitted. They're legible, and they are accepted by the ministry. So it will be different depending on, again, everybody's situation. The more complex your situation may be, that's okay. It could take a little bit longer. It kind of just depends on what's all the requirements.
Okay, and then I guess I have one last question. Does the training program have to be available within Chatham-Kent, or could someone take training that's available through a college or a program that's not located in Chatham-Kent?
You can go all across Ontario for that one.
Great, great.
Those were really great questions. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in with us today to hear a little bit about the Better Jobs Ontario program. If you're ready to take the next step in your career, I encourage you to reach out to a member of the Chatham-Kent Jobs team who can work with you one-on-one on your application and eligibility. This is a fantastic opportunity for you to invest in your future. And just a reminder, once again, to book an appointment with us, please contact us at 519 351 8573 or email ckjobs at chatham-kent.ca or visit our website chathamkentjobs.com. Thank you once again so much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you succeed.